Hello friends, welcome. In this video I'm going to work with Laravel Excel. I had many comments in my videos how we can work with Excel, and I'm going to use this package now to export and import Excel files with Laravel project. I am inside the Windows machine now. I'm going to use Sail. So let's go first and create the project. I'm going to open my terminal here and let's paste that command. And I'm going to change the name of the app to be, let's say, Laravel Excel. Okay, hit enter now and it's going to create the project. Very good. Next, let's go to the package documentation and installation. And we need to run this command takes to install the package, or if the composer require fails on Laravel 9 because of the simple cache, we can also install that by running this one. So let's copy this command now and let's open the terminal. And we need to add the password here. And let's cd in the Laravel Excel. And first we need to say sail app to start the sail. And I'm going to open a new terminal and let's navigate in the project. And now let's say sail and paste the command to install the simple cache and the Excel package. Install that. Now also let's open the project in here by just adding the localhost, and here we are. I'm going to open the project with the VS Code and let's say here code dot. Okay, here we are. Let's go in the .env file and we have this Laravel underscore Excel for database name. And I have created this database, so you go and create that, and then let's run the artisan. So sail artisan migrate. I'm going to say migrate fresh and also dash seed. And just before we're running, let's go in the seeders, database seeder, and uncomment this and say user factory to create 100 users. Save that. And now let's run the command. Okay, seeding the database. And if I open the database here, refresh. Okay, now here we have 100 users. Very good. And the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add a form here to import the Excel, a button to export the Excel, and also a table to display all the users. So for that, let's go in the VS Code inside the resources, views, welcome. First, I'm going to remove the styles we have by default, and I'm going to add the tile in CSS through the CDN. So by adding this line here. And also let's remove everything. Very good. And let's add a div with the class to be max width of 7 Excel MX auto. Okay, and inside here I'm going to add another div with the class, with class to be flex and justify between. Okay, and let's add also margin 2 and padding 2. And inside of this div, I'm going to add the form and also the link, the export. So anchor tag, export that. After that, div, I'm going to add a table to display all the users. So here I have a table and I'm going to copy this table and we can add here, but I'm going to create a component for that. So let's create the component through the terminal. Let's clear this and I'm going to say sale artisan make component and let's name it a users table. Okay, and now we have this inside the components, we have this users table. Let's paste the table inside. And now here we need to add that component. So x dash users dash table. And I'm going to select close, save. And if I open now the project and refresh, yeah, we have the table. Let me add in the body a class of bg gray 900. Yeah, very good. Now, as I said, here I want to display all the users. So for that, I'm going to create a controller first. So let's say sale artisan make controller. And let's give it a name. I'm going to name it Excel controller. Let's open the VS Code and inside the roads web road, let's remove the closure here because I'm going to use that controller we created. So Excel controller class, and the method for that is going to be welcome. And let's give it also the name just in case to have here. Save this and now let's go inside the welcome, the controller, and create the welcome method. So public function welcome. Here let's get all the users, which is going to be equal with user model, all static method, and then return the view welcome and add all the users here. Let's save, and now inside the welcome we have the users. Let's add here. So users is going to be equal with $sign users we have from there. Save, open this table, and we need to make a loop here. Just let's remove this t head and remove this one. We need only one here. This one I'm going to cut. And I'm going to say make a for each or for else users as $sign user and paste that in. Just remove this as well. And here I'm going to display the ID. So let's say $sign user ID. Here the name, $sign user name, and here the email. So you can add also other things, but I'm going to add only the ID, name, and the email. Let's remove and let's save now. Go to the browser and refresh. And here we have all the users, 100 users. Scroll down, okay. Now let's add a link here, a button to export that. But before, we need to go here and go to the exports, and here we have a quick start. We need to make export, and here we have an example for users. That's it, okay for us. So copy that, and in the terminal, we need to use sail. So just copy the artisan and come here and say sail and paste that command in. And then in the controller, we just say return Excel download new and the instance of a user's export and give it a name. So let's copy this. And go here and create first the controller, the route get slash, and I'm going to give it a name export. The controller is going to be the Excel controller. Okay, and the method is going to be export. Let's give it also name here as well. Export. And let's save this. Now here, create the method. Public function export. And we just need to return this Excel. We need to import that. So import from mat website /excel/ facades Excel. Okay, that one. And also import this. Very good. Let's save. And now in the welcome, when we have this anchor tag, let's say export here. And we need to add a href where it's going to go. And it's going to go to the route we created. And we give it a name, I think. Yeah, well, the name is export. So let's say route export. And let's give it some classes. So class with px4, py2, and bg indigo 500 on hover. It's going to be bg indigo 700 and text. Let's say text white. And what we can say also the rounded MD. Like this. If I save and in the browser now refresh, yeah, here we have the export. Very good. If I click, and it's going to ask us to save this file. Okay. And let's open now this file here. And yeah, here we have all the users with the name, the email, and also the timestamps. And this is because we just stay in the export. We say user all here, we get the collection and we return everything. Good. Now let's work with the import. If we go here, we also have some export formats, for example, Excel, SSV, and other things. Export tables from query, because this we have from the collection. As you can see here, we also have from query or from view. And I'm going to show you also from view here, but just right now, let's work with the import as well. We need to create first the import. So let's copy this command and let's navigate in the terminal and let's say sail and paste that command in. And then so we need to create the user like this. So let's copy this, and in the VS Code, here we have the imports, returning new user, and paste that in. Now the name is going to be what we have in the first row as argument, in the row as first argument, and the email in the row as a second argument. But because I'm going to import what we exported here, the first argument is the ID. So I'm going to say here the second argument, which is the name. And for the email, we are going to say the third argument. And for password, we don't have, but we are going to add what we have in the database, factories, user factory. Yeah, we have this one. So let's add this string right now, but you can, if you have a user password, you can do something like this. Just let me add that one and click save. Okay, now then we in the controller we say public function import, and let's copy this because we are going to do the same thing. So in the routes, first we need to create the route which is going to be a post route. So let's say route post sorry. Okay, let's create the route. So route post, and it's going to go slash import. Let's add the controller, which is the Excel controller class. And the method is going to be import as well, and give it the name as well, which is import. Now you can name what you like, but I just... And in here, let's paste that public function import, but here we need the request because we are going to get from the form the file $request and Excel import new users import, and let's save this, import this, sorry. And as a file, we need to get from the request the file. So we say request file, and inside the files we are going to name the file users, or you can name it what you like, and then redirect back, redirect to the home page. Okay. Now in the welcome, when you have a form, let's work with that. First, let's say give it action to be the route which is import. We add the name import for that. Yeah. The method is going to be post, and we need to add also the enc type to be multi-part form data because we are going to use to work with files. Also, we need to add the CSRF token here, and let's add the input with type file, and let's give it a name, users, and let's close this, and let's add now the button with a type submit, and I'm going to add the same classes we have here. Okay, I think we are okay. Now let's close and let's say import for this one. Save. And if I refresh, yeah, we have something like this. Just let me, to this one, I'm going to add, yeah, we have justify between here. And let's add a BG slate of 700. And refresh. And yeah, now let's choose a file, and I'm going to choose that one. But we have 100 users, and we are going to create another 100. Choose a file. And by the way, if I click import, we are going to have error. So let's say require here. And if you want, you can add also validation. So let's say require. And in the controller also, you can say the request, validate, and validate the users to be required. And now if I just say import, we are going to redirect back. Okay, let's choose a file, and I'm going to choose this one. Click open, and if I say import, yeah, we have duplicate entry because we have the same URL. But what we are going to do, we are going to clear that. So let's say sale artisan and call the migrate fresh. And right now, if I just go to the home page, we don't have any users. But if I import the users from here, and let's say import, we have all the users we had before. Okay, so that is how we can import and export. And now just let me show you also for the export as from the view. And here we have an example. Instead of from collection, we need to say from view. And let's go to our users export. Where is the user export? In here. Let's remove the from collection because we are going to use from view. Okay, we imported that. And now we have the error because we say public function collection, but and it's in a collection and is expecting view. And let's copy this and paste it here as well. And we need to import the view from illuminate contracts view like this. And what we need to import to return here, not exports invoices, but I want to export because this is going to convert the HTML table into Excel. And the table we have inside the components users table. So let's say in here, return the view, which is inside the components dot users dash table. And here we need to add all the users, which is going to get from the user model all. Save that, but just need to show you if I open here. Right now we have the ID, the name, the email, and the timestamp. But in the table, we just return the ID, name, and the email. And now, when we are going to export, also we are going to export only the ID, name, and the email, what we have in the table here. So let's say export. Let's refresh first, and let's say export. Okay, save it here. And let's open now this one. And as you can see, we have only the ID, the name, and the email. Let's run again the migrate brush. Okay, go to the browser. And if I refresh here, yeah, we don't have. And now I'm going to import the users one, what we exported, the last one from the view. And let's say import. We get back all the users again. Okay friends, so that's it about this video, how we can use this package for import and export Excels. Okay friends, so that's it. I hope you enjoy and see you in the next video. All the best.